Hey everybody, Arian from IgnitePOST here, and today I am going to be walking you through one of the newest pieces of technology that we've come out with at IgnitePOST called Anonymous Visitor Identification, or AVID for short. Now, if you haven't heard of AVID or you haven't experimented or played around with it yet, reach out to our team. What are you waiting for? This is an awesome bit of technology that basically allows you to identify up to 40% of anonymous web traffic that hits your site simply by dropping a quick snippet of code on your site. So it's super powerful, and I'm actually going to dive into the AVID dashboard that IgnitePOST has right now to show you a little bit about how you can use it and what the advantages are, how we use it internally at IgnitePOST, and what you can use AVID to do for your business. So right now, I'm actually logged into a sample account that I have set up here, and you can see if you're in the dashboard, we will show you some stats like monthly spend, how many leads got identified this month, where in the world they came from, and just kind of some general overview and some general stats about visitors that have been identified using Avid. The really interesting thing is over on the left here, you can see you have a bunch of different options to navigate around the IgnitePOST Avid panel here. So I'm actually going to start by jumping into leads, and I'm going to click search leads. So again, this is a test site that I've got set up, but I can see in my site that I had set up, we actually were able to identify an anonymous visitor that came to my site without him filling out a form or doing anything. So this is an actual visitor that ended up visiting our site. We have a lot of things like what time the person visited, some demographic information like estimated net worth. We have their postal address. We have their LinkedIn link. All of this gets identified within seconds, and then we can actually choose what you do to follow up with this person, with this visitor. So that's just a little bit about identifying the visitor, where it shows up in the panel here. You can search your visitor by any criteria that you want. So I won't dive into it now because in this test account, there's only one visitor that has been identified. But as you can imagine, if you get thousands and thousands of identified visitors, it can get quite long. So you can come in here and search by whatever criteria you want. So some of the cool things is you can set up some notification rules so that we know what you want to do with your leads and with your anonymous visitors as they get identified. So this is your notification rules section. So as you log into your dashboard here, you can choose to get instant email alerts or not if you want. You can let yourself know when a visitor views a certain number of pages on your website. You can also specify to not send duplicate leads. You can get weekly email reports, sending you an email of all of the visitors that have visited that week. You can get instant reports, all kinds of things. So really fun, interesting things to do. You can also set up URLs that you can watch specifically. So if you're interested in when somebody goes to a specific product page that you have, you can set that up here. And then similarly, you can set up territory rules. So if you are interested in users from a specific state, you can actually go and specifically say, I only want to identify anonymous visitors that hit my website from this state or from these states. So that's a little bit about setting up your notification rules with IgnitePOST Anonymous Visitor Identification. I'm actually going to jump down here into configuration and show you how easy it is to install this script. So if you log into your dashboard and you want to get this set up on your site, super easy to do. Basically, all you need to do is copy this script here and paste it below the title tag within the HTML on your site or any page that you specifically want anonymous visitors identified. That's it. You copy and paste this script, and that's it. Your job is done. From then on, IgnitePOST will identify up to 40% of anonymous visitors that hit your site, whether or not they fill out a form. And based on the notification rules that you set up, we will notify you when somebody visits your site and let you know who they are on a person-by-person level. Now, the interesting thing is what you can start doing with some of the powerful automations. Now, obviously, because you get the postal address, we can set up specific rules as to when IgnitePOST sends handwritten cards to your visitors, depending on what page they visited, how many times they visited, and who they are. So that's a given. That's easy to do. In addition, we have other connectors that you can also set up. So if you want to, in addition to sending some handwritten cards and mail, you can actually put these folks into an email nurture sequence or a drip sequence. And we have a number of connectors here. So you can do things like put them in Active Campaign or throw them in Klaviyo or Campaign Monitor or MailChimp or any of these other email service providers that you use. So that's just here and available for you to use. The other interesting thing that I wanted to point out is suppression lists. So obviously, you probably have a list of both customers or maybe people that have opted out or unsubscribed from some of your lists. So obviously, if you identify those, you don't want to continue reaching out to those people because they've already unsubscribed. So we actually have two different things here that I want to point out. The first thing is suppression lists. So by uploading a CSV here, you can actually tell us who you do not want us to identify. And so anybody that you put in this suppression list by email address, basically you're telling us, don't identify this. I don't want this to pop up and show up in my anonymously identified visitors. So that's super easy to do. Literally just upload a list. And then same thing for known customers. So obviously, if somebody is an existing customer, there's not a ton of value of knowing when they're continuing to hit your site because you've already sold them or they're already using your product, they're already converted. So you don't necessarily need to know if those folks have hit your site. So what you can do is you can get a list of your current customers and you can come up here to upload list. You upload that spreadsheet or that CSV file, and then same thing, that tells IgnitePOST system to not identify those folks on the list and not put them through the nurture sequences or not put them into the sequences that you have set up. So that's a little bit of an overview of IgnitePOST's anonymous visitor identification service. If you're interested, reach out to our team. You could reach out to support@ignitepost.com, and we would love to walk you through an example and kind of show you how this works. There are no dumb questions, so definitely reach out and ask us all about this new feature. We've been using it personally at IgnitePOST for a while now, and we've had some amazing results. So we have a lot of best practices that we can share and teach you how to get the most out of this new feature. So thanks so much for following along, and we hope you enjoy AVID and take advantage of it. Bye, everybody.